as we are taking the green flag.
Here we go for Tini. On driver's right here to Enrico Trenti as everybody barrels down to the horseshoe, turn number 1. Trenti got a nose ahead, but now we'll have to fend off J.J. Wang here as they head to the NASCAR bend. Contact all through the field as everybody tries to get it sorted out. Top 4 gets single file after that. Around NASCAR in the left hook. Now we head towards the snake. This doesn't count as one of the long straights, but this is a long, winding passage here up the hill.
Certainly is. This is a very, very difficult section. You're going to see a lot of off tracks here just in the 20 minutes, and with these heavy cars, it doesn't make it any easier, that's for sure.
It sure does not.
There goes.
Whoa!
Hamel Smith. Oh, they're both off track.
So Trenti falls from second back to fourth.
Another one.
Indica Scarlett off the track, as well as Gerard Bouldeau. Fertini out by quite some margin, over a second. Yeah, depending on who you ask, VIR is either really fun or it is an absolute nightmare. Some drivers would rather forget that this opening lap has happened at all. Gerard Bouldeau, unfortunately, meatball flag. That might be the end of the race. Bertini leading Wang, Orlando, Trenti, and Spice, the top 5. Oh, Orlando off! We'll let two drivers go through, Ellis Spice and Jamie Hamel Smith, so that will move Marlon Orlando back to 6th. A tough few corners there for Orlando. Oh, Indica Scarlett into the back of Roel de Mulder round. Coming down the roller coaster, getting ready to head around the hog pin, Dario Fertini with a dominant performance here at VIR. As J.J. Wang has gone off track. Here is Enrico Trenti. The battle for second is on as Dario Fertini is going to win here at VIR. How is it going to play out for second? Trenti dipping the tires off into the grass. A drag race down around the bend. And J.J. Wang, by the skin of his teeth, is going to hang on to second. Enrico Trenti with a thrilling battle down to the line. Trenti will finish third.
A blind night that uses echolocation, viewing the dark, treacherous world through sound. Trapped in a dungeon deep, endangered by combatants, where hazards lurk around every corner. Make sound to have vision, or don't and be stealthy. Avoid impaling threats throughout the dungeon to escape. Engage with other prisoners.
Rogue Knight I've been hearing about. Could you find the key and unlock my cell?
Free them to fight back with more allies.
Let's take this guy.
The dungeon labyrinth has many paths and even more traps. Struggle through the darkness to find your freedom.
feature presentation. And the microphone usually works better when you unmute it. Here we go. We are off to an absolutely roaring start here. The Sunday Top Split Strength of Field broadcast right here on Turn 200. It's just Tommy Cook here today, but boy, do I have a treat for you. It is the classic layout of Lime Rock Park for the 19 drivers that have elected to partake in today's festivities. This is going to be an absolute barn burner here at Lime Rock Park. None of the chicanes, all of the fast, draft-heavy action that you're used to here in the tight confines of this club course here on the east coast of the United States. Yes, fantastic stuff here today. No split, but 19 of the best from across the sim racing world are here taking on Lime Rock Park this afternoon, this evening, this morning, wherever you are in the world. We appreciate you coming to hang out with us here today to take in some of the best racing here for the Mission R Challenge. This is going to be another fantastic duel all through this 20-minute timed event. And some of the heavy hitters back in the field here as well. We do not see the current series points leader, I don't believe, Olivia Hayward, not here. JJ Wang over the last couple of Sundays has cut into that advantage. JJ second in the points, as we are just about to wrap up qualifying here. I believe due to inactivity, we should be getting to the starting grid momentarily, but JJ's been doing a nice job finishing up front as well as making up a lot of points on Olivia Hayward. That is a wrap on qualifying here, but get ready for this 20-minute timed race around the classic layout of Lime Rock Park. And with the top time here, no surprise, 4 wins on Sunday afternoons. It is Dario Frattini who has taken the top spot on the starting grid. Second is Connor Pearson. Good qualifying effort for Connor. JJ Wang will start in third, next to Kevin Anfield. Ellis Spice and JJ Wang, the only 2 drivers to make every Sunday top split race so far this season. Ellis will roll off in 5th. Arnold Coe in 6th. Matthias Klein and Jamie Hamel-Smith has been doing a nice job here the last few weeks. We'll start in 8th. And your top 10 starters are rounded out by Ryan Phillips and Gerard Boldu, who is looking forward to a better run than he had last week. Indica Scarlett will off on the inside of row number 6. Dennis Nickel in 12th. John Schneebel, Jay Lascos, 13th and 14th. Alexander Cattermole is back, starting in 15th. Patrick Studhalter will line up in the 16th starting spot. Jamie Augustin, Chi Kuba, and Jace Dalmolin will be your 19th and final starter here this afternoon. It's the usual business here. Don't want to go above 14 incident points, otherwise your race will be derailed. It's a 20-minute timed event here, as we are one Ryan Phillips short of being able to get this race off and rolling, but we'll do so in less than 30 seconds. But again, appreciate everybody coming out here to take in one of my favorite racing venues, Lime Rock Park. As the gridding is about to cease, we'll get these cars rolling. We're underway at Lime Rock Park. Pearson and Wang battling side by side for second. The rest of the field funnels into turns 1 and 2. Pearson retakes second. Good start for Ellis Spice. Further back in the field has gotten the position on Kevin Anfield. As we continue to watch Connor Pearson here in second, chasing down Dario Frattini. And that is how quick a lap is here around Lime Rock Park. Frattini with the opening lap. But Pearson is right here after shaking J.J. Wang, who has fallen back towards Ellis Spice. Some shuffling through the mid-pack as well. Jamie Hamel-Smith has lost a position now, as Ryan Phillips has gone up 2 spots here on the opening lap and a quarter. Bit of curbing there for Frattini. Maybe Pearson with some better drive off. Here's a look at least to the right into the first turn. Nothing going. We'll switch to time to go on the ticker here as we're working lap number 3. Gerard Boldu has gotten around Jamie Hamel-Smith to move up to 9th. Boldu with a nice start. It's been a tough go of so far, at least for Hamel-Smith. These cars get a great pull down the long straights here. Pearson able to hang tough. Wang has put in a couple of good laps as well to draw closer to this battle, and he'll be bringing Ellis Spice and Arnold Coe with him as well. Arnold back there rounding out the top 5. Kevin Anfield not too far behind. He has dropped from 4th down to 6th. Phillips up 2 in 7th. Boldu up 2 in 8th. Matthias clean as there you see the jump. Some hang time there for Connor Pearson, it sure looks like. We'll go kickpot cam here with your second place runner, Connor Pearson. See if he can catch a little more hang time up over the jump here. Wow, that thing goes way up. See just how sketchy that is from the cockpit of the car. But despite all that, it's still Frattini, Pearson, and Wang all nose to tail right here. We'll look back quickly as, oh, no, we will not. Frattini now switches to the inside, trying to fend off Pearson, who had a great run. We were going to go back and look at Arnold Coe. He has just moved into the 4th position now over Ellis Spice. Chikuba has gone off the track, but has brought it back on. I tell you, I don't think I could time my camera switches any worse to the action that has happened on the track. They're still running tight for 4th and 5th. Coe and Spice are, that is. And Arnold has put in a nice opening 5 minutes to the race here at Lime Rock Park. Classic layout. It's classically quick and uncomplicated, as this is Frattini's preferred maneuver, to go to the right side of the turn. Don't leave yourself a great entry there, but you block the inside move from Pearson. Pearson maybe didn't need it, though. Jace Dalmolin has crashed. We'll go and take a look at that here momentarily as, wow, J.J. Wang just got awfully loose there. Camera pack today provided by Whiplash SimCams. We got these for the Daredevil series a couple of months ago. They look awfully good, though. especially around a great venue, Lime Rock Classic. So Fertini has led them all thus far. There are a couple of battles on the track. They're about as close as this. Matthias Klein and Jamie Augustin and Scarlet Indica all pretty much nose to tail, 10th, 11th, and 12th. El Spice not too far behind here. Still trying to track down Arnold Coe to get back into the 4th position. The jump gets me every time. This one may be the only race this season that we're actually going to see more than 20 laps. This is a 20-minute timed race. Of course, these laps are around 50 seconds. So these are the top two. They've been the top two this entire race thus far for Fertini and Pearson. J.J. Wang is back here in 3rd. Arnold Coe still hanging on to 4th over Ellis Spice. Kevin Anfield back in 6th. Gerard Boldu in 7th. Jamie Hamel Smith in 8th. This is Ryan Phillips leading a long train all the way back to 12th. Phillips, Klein, Augustin, and Indica. We'll see if Pearson can get a tow down the front stretch here. I mean, he will get the tow, but not enough to make a move. And Fertini has not been one to make mistakes. Of course, he's won 4 times this season, including last week at VIR. You can see what he's shooting for. Some real estate there. To the right side of the leader, Dario Fertini into turn 1. But if you can't make it happen there, you just got to stick with him for the rest of the lap and hope that you'll have another opportunity. Oh, problems for Kevin Anfield. He has gone around. It doesn't look like anybody has gone with him, so that's good news. But unfortunately for Anfield, I believe he was running in 6th. He has now dropped all the way down to 14th. So 18 of the 19 starters still on the track here, working just past the halfway point. Fertini now with his biggest gap of the race. It's a little under 9/10 of a second. So some separation. About a second and a half from Pearson back to J.J. Wang. Fertini's so good at managing the tires. It is a tough task. We've heard it from pretty much every driver that's graced us with an interview this season. Talk about how wonky the tire wear is and how hard it is to keep these big, heavy, heaviest stock cars, really, these cars in check. 3,500 pounds, most of that is the batteries alone in this electric car. But the way you make up for that is over 650 horsepower in race mode, 1,088 horsepower in the qualifying mode. This car is a beast, but it's a fun one. We'll start to take a look further back through the field here as there's over the jump. Jamie Augustin challenging for the 8th position, currently being held by Ryan Phillips. Phillips leading this line. It was 9th to 12th. Now it is 8th to 11th. As there's Augustin trying to find any way around Phillips here. Side by side. Oh, problems for Chi Kuba. As Augustin has had a fantastic drive through the field thus far, up 9 positions. And whoa, Dario Frattini just had a bit of an off track. Still has the lead by over a second and a half. It's Connor Pearson. Certainly some nervous moments there for the race leader. Nothing too crazy, but certainly would rather avoid that if he could. Kevin Anfield, after his spin a bit ago, has started to make up positions again, has just gotten around John Schneebel. And that was for 13th. Take a look back at the battle for 6th. This is Gerard Boldew in the yellow here, leading Jamie Hamel-Smith. Is Boldew a little wide, but a big arc here. Hamel-Smith took a shot there. We'll go back now to Ryan Phillips trying to fend off Matthias Klein. Now Klein drops back into the clutches of Scarlet Indica. Battle to stay inside the top 10. Smith and Boldew now duking it out once again. Headed down the main straight. 4.5 minutes to go. Boldew hangs on to 6th into turn 1. Hamel-Smith maybe trying to set something up here for the jump. Oh, and Boldu wide will give up the spot. So Hamel Smith up to 6th. Heard a bit of clattering behind them. Might have been a bit of a slip-up for Jamie Augustin, as Phillips, Klein, and Indica all continue to scrap away behind. Three minutes to go. Dario Frattini leading. Connor Pearson back there in second. Coming closer is J.J. Wang. He's cut that gap from about 1.5 seconds to 1.25 seconds, so a couple of good laps. Well, we appreciate you coming out regardless, and thanks for hanging out in the chat. But another Dario Frattini dominant performance. We are just a few laps away from putting the rubber stamp on it as win number 5 in the official season. But anything can happen here. Including possibly catching some lap traffic. We're but a couple of laps from that. We'll head back to this battle here. Gerard Boldoon now on the chase for Jamie Hamel Smith. Still for 6th. Patrick Studhalter has gotten around Jay Lasco. That's for 16th. This Boldu with a bit of a run here and might be a well-timed one if he can keep it going through the final turn. To be able to make a move, and yep, Jamie knows it. See what Boldu can do on the outside into the right-hander. Wheel to wheel. And Boldu will send it in. And Boldu back to 6. Nice work. Oh, may have spoke too soon. Hangs it out. You don't want hot rear tires coming up the hill and over the jump. As Dario Frattini will stay with the race leader here momentarily. He is on the final lap of the top split. Again, this is the only split here this afternoon. This is the 4th time Porsche Mission R has gone official this week at Lime Rock Park. And none of the 3 winners of the official races this week are in the field. So 4 unique winners, including today's back-to-back winner, Dario Frattini with 0s on the timer. Will take his 5th win of the season at Lime Rock Park Classic Layout. Connor Pearson will hang on to 2nd. Nice podium effort for him today. J.J. Wang will round out the podium. Go back to Arnold Coe. Nice run for him. Will finish in the 4th spot. Ellis Spice will be on for 5th, and here is the battle for 6th. Boldu has the spot. Hamel Smith wants to take it back, but Boldu will hang on to 6th. as the final couple of drivers are making their way off the track. See the race winner Frattini pulling into the pits, and that is about going to wrap it up here for the race at Lime Rock Park. We'll get you the full finishing rundown here in just a second, whenever I'm allowed to get it. There we go. All right, this is how they wrap things up this afternoon from Lime Rock Park for week number 9 of the Top Split Strength of Field broadcast. Dario Frattini with win number 5, Connor Pearson in second. JJ Wang with another podium. We'll hopefully talk to all 3 of these fine folks momentarily. Arnold Coe in 4th, Ellis Spice rounds out your top 5, Gerard Boldoom in 6th, Jamie Hamel Smith in 7th, Jamie Augustin in 8th, Ryan Phillips and Matthias Klein round out your top 10. Trouble, I think, on the final lap for Scarlet Indica with a bit of an off track, but we'll finish in 11th. Kevin Anafield, nice recovery, all things considered. We'll rally to the 12th spot. 13th for Dennis Nickel, 14th for John Schneebel, 15th for Alexander Cattermole, 16th to Patrick Studhalter, and 17th to Jay Lasco. Then DNFs from Shikuba and Jace Delmolen to round out your 19 driver field. And we'll pop on over to the Discord here and hopefully get a word in with your podium finishers. We'll see who is queued up here. We do have the race winner, but would like to start with JJ Wang in just a second, and he has hopped in right away. So we'll bring him straight in. Nice work here today for JJ Wang. 3rd place finish. Good job.
Thanks so much, Tommy.
This is a short track. I think the shortest track on the calendar for this season. That helps probably simplify things a little bit, but does it make it any harder or easier? How do we feel about a track this short?
I think this track. I think short tracks race pretty well for PMR, but the thing that kind of makes it really difficult for this track in particular is really the camber changes between the corners. There's a couple of spots where if you push, it really slides the tires, and then there's one part where I lost about probably half a second to the front 2 in corner 3 and 4. Actually, like when you swing the car really aggressively, the weight really wants to keep the car moving in like the last direction that you turn the car in. So I actually almost spun entering turn 4. So that makes it difficult. But I think otherwise, yeah, where you want to pass, where you want to defend, it does simplify things in terms of that. But I think the camber changes at Lime Rock really throws a curveball for us.
And things were honestly not as bad on the start as I thought they were going to be. Everybody did a pretty good job of holding it together. You had a couple opportunities to make something happen on Connor Pearson, but were you started in 3rd there? Were you not where you wanted to be in terms of making an attack, or did Pearson just do a good job on defense?
He just did a really good job on defense. I told Indica was actually in my chat. I was helping her out and stuff, and we are just chatting. And I told her I'm going forward in turn 1. It's a great place to send it, but Pearson just did a great job honing it on the outside. There's literally no grip offline on the outside, and he held it like a champ. So, at that point, it was only ever going to be contact, and that was only ever going to be not good racing. So I had to back out at that point. But yeah, no, I enjoyed the fight, and I definitely tried. But yeah, once the tires start getting heat, it gets really difficult to find pace to pass. Because you just get the nose under the car, and then under the guy you're following, and then there's a bunch of air coming at you, and then you got to turn a little harder, introduce more heat into tires. It gets difficult, this track.
Another podium run for you. You're racking them and stacking them here with no Olivia Hayward in the field this afternoon. Things probably looking pretty good for you on the official points side of things. So Nice job here today. I know you got people you want to thank and shout out, so we'll leave you to it here.
Yeah, absolutely. Would love to thank Team Watson Racing. They helped me kind of restart the program that I had for the Mission R Roval League, which has paid dividends to just finding speed in general. These folks at the Strength of Field, they're such high quality drivers. They're just all throughout the grid is really really tough drivers. So I love to thank them. Love to thank you guys for taking time off on Sundays for doing this. We really really appreciate it, and I think it's shown with just the kind of turnout we have for the Strength of Field splits. It's just been great. And yeah, I'd like to thank Indica Scarlett for keeping me company during the race. She's really new to the Mission R, and more fans coming in. I have you to thank for that. So thanks so much.
Absolutely, partner. Nice work again, and maybe we'll talk to you next week at at Chicago Street Course.
Yes, looking forward. Thanks so much.
All right, 2 in a row. We didn't get to talk to him last week, but now we'll get to talk to your race winner of 2 weeks now, Dario Frattini. Nice job here today. Congratulations on another win.
Thank you so much.
It's that first half of the race, it seemed like you were pretty much on defense the entire time. Connor Pearson had pulled up to you, made a couple of moves. You had to change your lineup a couple of times. That was an interesting opening stretch of the race, really being under fire the whole time.
Reality was that I joined the race session with about 4 minutes left on the clock. So those 4 minutes were my practice. So I had to take the first. And obviously, I know the car inside out, so I don't really need all that much practice. But I had to take the first 10 or so laps to get my braking points spot on, because, of course, you can't really experiment a lot in the middle of a race. So I had to just push the braking forward. Bit by bit, lap after lap, and then after a bit, I think Connor got a little in trouble with the tires, whereas my laps managed to stay a little bit more consistent, and really that was it. I was expecting a little bit of a dive, a couple of points, but luckily it didn't happen. It made my life a lot easier towards the end.
And it's got to be a little bit unnerving knowing that he is right behind you, closing in, and then all of a sudden you come to essentially the backstretch of this course where you have to take a jump for all intents and purposes. It looks pretty scary from the broadcast. How unnerving is it having to deal with the Lime Rock jump?
No, I will be honest. The jump itself is the best part of the track, especially in quali trim. You just you aim and you have no idea where you're gonna land. It's absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to do it again.
Well,
it's brilliant.
That's good to hear, because it was a lot of fun to watch and to see the hang time that you and Connor were getting there, racing each other hard. Didn't get to talk to you after last week. You had to run after your VIR.
Yeah, I had
victory.
to run. Unfortunately, sorry.
No, that's quite all right, and I wasn't here for your Bathurst win either. So it's good to finally get to talk to you again. You've been having some solid runs here, so congrats on all the recent success. Anybody you want to shout out or say hello to?
You guys, as always. Having a broadcast is fantastic, and I watch them back every time. They're just very, very good content, so thank you very much for that. And the community as a whole, we inching towards the end of the season, end of the year as well. I think it'd be normal for the numbers to go down, but we had pretty good participation today, and all the weeks really have been very good. Just hope we keep it up for the next. Is it 3 rounds we've got left? I think it is, isn't it?
I believe so.
So
yes.
I just hope we just keep going strong, and then on to next season.
Well, best of luck to you here next week at Chicago Street, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again. But nice run today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed. We'll be back next Sunday afternoon for the Chicago Street Course. And like Dario alluded to, a tough stretch here to close out the season. 2 street courses back-to-back, Chicago Street and Detroit Belle Isle, and then the Charlotte Roval. So those are the 3 races that we've got coming up here across the next 3 weekends on Turn 200. As, hey, here's Matt Williamson hopping in here. Hello to Matt. Well, welcome. Not sure if you were watching the broadcast, but we're getting ready to close up shop here. But at least you could pop in and say hello.
Yeah, just wanted to apologize to everybody for missing. I was watching it on the way home. I forgot about with the time change for us. The time does not change for the official series for the Mission R Challenge. So I was planning on 2:00, and here we are.
That's all right, partner. We got to be excited about the Chicago Street Course finally making its Turn 200 debut next weekend. That's going to be a blast.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. We finally got to see it in person. So now going back after seeing it in person, I think will be a little bit of a different experience, and it should be exciting.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for popping in here, partner. We're going to wrap this thing up. Thank you to Diesel for hanging out with us in the chat. And between now and next Sunday at the Chicago Street Course, of course, the Venom Truck Series will be back on Tuesday, and they will be at Phoenix for the Turkey Trot 145. Thursday for Maximum Velocity Racing League. It's already the penultimate round of the season. Hard to believe, but that will be at Dover. And then back here next Sunday with the Mission R Top Split Strength of Field broadcast at Chicago Street Course. But that's all we got. Until we meet again here, for everybody with the Mission R community, for the GOAT, Mr. Matt Williamson, I'm Tommy Cook. We say so long from Lime Rock Park Classic. And it was a classic Dario Fortini performance here today.